Hello everyone, thank you for visiting this channel. This time I will give some short reviews about The Last of Us Part 2 from the same game developer of Uncharted, Naughty Dog. Warning: this video contains a lot of spoiler, but do stick around if you want to know more exciting things about the gameplay. It was out on Friday, June 19, and already received a lot of hate from the internet because they killed one of the major characters from the first game in the second installment. Yep, for those who get so attached by the characters from the previous game will surely frustrated with this one.
You go halfway across the country with someone. She needed her immunity to mean something.
Like I said in my previous reaction video, I disliked the plot lines, but will give it a chance and played it anyway because I enjoy the gameplay. And yes, it does not disappoint me. I love everything about it. All the graphics, the choices of weapons, the combat, action, and the thrilling surprises that could give you a heart attack moment. Shit. Though it is up to you to judge because not everyone have the same opinions as mine. Some love the storyline and some may not.
Pretty sure we're here. Ah, nice. I'll mark it up as we go.
So from what I'm saying here, despite from all frustrated storyline, the gameplay itself is worth to play for. The Last of Us Part 2 takes place 5 years later after the events of the first game. Ellie is now 19 years old and Joel in his mid-50s.
Yep, can't imagine they got much sleep. Definitely not as much as you.
They settle down in a town called Jackson, live in peace within the thriving community.
Hey, old timer. Yeah, get a good scratch.
While there, Ellie has even managed to form friendship with Jesse and found love with Dina.
You know what I love about you? How you let me finish my sentences.
However, they still face constant threats from the infected and other hostile survivors. And when the tragic events suddenly disrupted Ellie's life, she embarks on the journey with Dina and Jesse in the search for vengeance to carry out justice against Joel's killers.
Joel, please get up!
Her adventure begins as she encounters many challenges throughout that journey, and the truth behind why Joel was killed slowly unveils. Now let's talk about the gameplay. At the very beginning of this game, player can choose to play at any difficulty. If you want to explore more and chill adventure, I suggest to you choose very light or light mode. This way your enemies will not be difficult to defeat and will get unlimited resources that can be crafted. But if you want challenging and hardcore experiences, do try Survivor's mode. Enemies are deadly and resources are extremely limited. Though if you want something that is just the way you can handle, the gameplay allows you to randomly change the setting like what you see in this video. Almost every games nowadays have a photo mode function where players can take a photo of their own gameplay in their own way. Example from these videos, players can edit photo on the pretty basic setting provided here. New features added by the developer is Chapter Section. This is a convenient way for players to check any missing collectible items or saves, and they can go back to find it. Throughout this game, players will get to control 2 characters. The game is approximately 20 to 30 hours long. Depend on how slow and thorough you play while exploring inside The Last of Us. I estimate my gameplay is about 12 hours for Ellie, the protagonist characters, and also the same to Abby, the antagonist that we will be switched during the middle of the gameplay. Another new feature added during the gameplay is the prone option, where player now can prone down to avoid getting detected easily by the enemies or infected. The tall grass also help for you to sneakily going around and silently attack them from behind. Player can also dodge the enemy or infected when getting into a duel, which is a good thing and makes sense to me since both of these characters are more young and agile.
This way!
Well, actually, there's a lot of upgraded mechanism added in this second installment, where player can use rope to swing over the obstacle, jumping over the gaps, squeeze between the tight space, and many more. Next up, let's take a peep at the equipments. As we all know, Ellie and Abby have different style of skill, combat, and some weapon that they use in the game. This is what we see, the equipment that was carried by Ellie. Player also can craft and upgrade the skill after gathered enough supplies. This is for Abby equipment. You can see the differences. Even the skills are a bit different, and so is the weapon. Let's see what enemies and infected that you will encounter.
Good. I got my girl waiting for me at the back.
Player will have to go through Washington Liberation Front, in short form WLF. It's a militia group that controls Seattle City after the fall of Fedra. This group is highly trained and weaponized. They have a shepherd dog that can detect you. To avoid that, take out the dog first. You probably will not enjoy that, but the game gave you no choice but to kill it. Going around them have to be very stealthy or things will get messy. And then the Seraphites, or in other words, Scars. They are the religious fanatics that follows a woman who considers herself a prophet. They are at war with WLF. Player can find them in the woods and outskirt area. This group mostly use melee weapons and silenced weapons like bows and arrows because they are more stealth reliant. The effective ways to defeat them is by using prone option and shoot them with a bow. If you play the first game, you'll get to reunite with Runner, Stalker, Clicker, and Bloater. But this time, they added 2 new deadly infected, which is the horrifying Shambler. Looks similar with Bloater, but this one carrying gaseous acids around their body and will spray at you if you get near it. Player will face Shambler in the chapter of Seattle Day 1 at the tunnel stage. How to deal with this one? Don't try to fight it or use stealth to kill it. Use fire, shotgun, or pipe bomb. And when it falls to its death, don't go any closer, because it will explode gaseous acid and damage your health. Lastly, this one is the most annoying and terrible of all, the Rat King. Yup, this thing will be your boss fight. It's an evolution of stalkers, clickers, bloaters, evolved into one disgusting creature. Player will going to face this in the chapter of Seattle Day 2 during Ground Zero stage. How to kill it? Not easy, but you'll get used to it. Don't go near it, as it will tear you apart. Run as fast as you could. At the same time, use flamethrower to slow it down. Or you could use a shotgun. But really though, craft enough pipe bomb, it will bring that thing down for good. The Last of Us Part 2 was an adventure, but dark and heavy in a way that can make player feels uneasy for killing many innocents' lives. There was no peace, just violent all the time. But let me clarify something to you. I do not hate the game. I just don't think the plotline is good enough. Overall, it was not a bad game. And I think it was trying to make us realize that in the dangerous world, where humanity no longer existed, and with a very limited resources, anything can happen. Anyone can be dead at any time and at any cost. That's how they survive.
Jesus Christ.
So let us pray together not let this happen to us in the future, okay?
Thanks for coming back for me.
My friend's problems are my problems.
You're such a sap.
All right, how about, my friends can't get out of their own damn way?
It's better.
By the way, that's all for now. Everybody stay peace, love, and don't hate. Give my video a thumbs up and please subscribe to my channel to help it grow. Thank you very much for watching. Bye bye.